Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
She lost her best friend in an instant.
I remember hearing the gunshots, seeing the muzzle flash, feeling the glass break.
For the first time, Officer Amanda Hudgens is speaking out about the death of her partner, Lauren Courts. Tonight, you'll hear what happened moment by agonizing moment and the promise she kept to him in those last fateful minutes.
When Officer Lauren Courts was killed last Wednesday, his partner Amanda Hudgens was in lockstep with him.
That's right. And when Courts went down, Hudgens knew what she had to do, even if it put her own life in peril. She describes the timeline of how it happened.
We were singing. We were singing all the time. But as soon as we got close, the radio got shut off. We pull in. I remember hearing the gunshots, seeing the muzzle flash, feeling the glass break, and seeing him get out of the car as I'm getting out of the car. And we run in sync. We move in sync. Everything we do is in sync. He goes one way, I'm going the same. We got each other always. And I see him holding his neck, and then he collapsed. And I screamed a horrific scream. I couldn't. The East Side heard me. Everybody heard me. I know the city of Detroit heard me. And I just held him, and I held pressure. I remember turning around, and I remember seeing the gentleman holding a Draco. I knew what it was as soon as I seen it, and I just looked at Lauren, said, I love you. I wasn't letting go of him, because I won't ever let go of him. And I just held on, and I turned my back. I couldn't drag him to cover because I couldn't let go. So the only thing I could think of was to be his cover and just hold him.
So you have your back to the gunman.
Yeah.
And you used your body to shield him.
Yeah.
What is going through your mind?
Save him. Just help me. Like, you can't leave me here. So, like, you're my first friend here.
Were you talking to him? Were you saying, you said, I love you? Were
Yeah.
you trying to keep
I just
him?
begged him not to go. I could feel him breathing, and then it's slowing down, and I just started to scream, help me. And I feel like he was watching over me, because that's when the other officers came. Because I was bracing to get shot by a Draco in my back. We have body armor. It doesn't protect you from a Draco. It doesn't protect you close. So I wanted to hold on because I knew all my weight on him might help him. And then everybody started coming, and we were able to get him in the car.
What was going through your mind at that point?
Help him. Just help him.
Were you thinking that was the last time that you would see him?
I was hoping not. You know, I don't want that to be the last time I seen him.
Mm-hmm. If you could say something to him today, to Lauren, what would it be?
I love you. Your kids are gonna be okay. I'll make sure they're okay.
Yeah, she is just incredible. And you know, we've reported how Officer Courts' nickname was Batman. Officer Hudgens just got this tattoo in his honor. It's the Batman logo you see there with Officer Courts' badge number in that logo, watching over the city of Detroit, and the date of his death, 7/6/22.
And boy, just remarkable to hear her talk about what Chief White talked about last week. She has her back, she's bracing to be shot, and she just wants to protect him from getting shot again.
You know, something else remarkable too, she kept herself level-headed enough to call Officer Courts' father. And they had already talked about, what if something like this happens, what should she do? And he said, call my dad, don't call my mom, I don't want my mom to worry, call my dad. So she was level-headed enough to call his dad while she's driving to the hospital behind the car that has him. It's just, she's
really
just
is.
incredible. Yeah, really,
And
really
as
is.
Rod had reported last week how his dad got there. So
She said they got there about the same time and
yeah.
just, you know, embraced each other. But we've got a lot more to come here from my sit down with Officer Hudgens.
Coming up first at 5:30, though, brand new revelations into the gun that you just heard reference there that killed Officer Quartz. That comes as a man has now been formally charged with making a straw sale.
That's right. And then at 6, what Officer Hudgens says she would say to the gunman and how she's dealing with guilt from surviving the attack. Also, you can watch my full interview over on clickondetroit.com.
These first responders. Let's transition to the weather now as we get a look outside. This is Ann Arbor right here overlooking the big house on the sky cam, and it turned out to be a pretty good day out there. And also, we should point out an air quality warning in effect, which actually got me off the hook from mowing the lawn today.
How about that? Well, let's get over to Andrew. Take us through the timeline here, Andrew.
Yes, and we have a timeline of storms that are going to arrive later on tonight. We've had a couple of spotty showers, just a few bits of drizzle here and there, but that is it. So the rest of the afternoon remains dry. But we have some shower and thunderstorm activity just now getting organized here in parts of Wisconsin. This will swoop down over Detroit and southeast Michigan later on tonight, especially as we get closer to sunset and afterwards. Sunset this evening is at 9:10. By 10 p.m., we'll see some of those first raindrops. 86 very warm degrees right now. It's gotten a little bit hotter in the past couple of hours, and there's the marginal to slight risk of strong to severe weather with heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and the possibility of damaging wind. Here's my stormy timeline for you. Stormy weather starts to approach between 9, 10 o'clock. Not exactly here yet, but between 10 and 11, it starts to arrive from our west. And it's draped over all of southeast Michigan from 11 p.m. until 2 a.m. We'll go over this timeline once again, your full 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right, Andrew. Our other top story here at 5. Supporters of a petition to make access to abortion a part of the Michigan Constitution submit a record number of signatures. That's
right. The group submitted 753,000 signatures. That's well above the threshold to get the issue on the November ballot. Grant Herms is live tonight. So, Grant, but there still are some hurdles that this has to clear.
Kimberly, Jason, this is only the first step in what will be a long process full of likely challenges, maybe even legal fights, and no doubt all of those signatures will be under the microscope.
Hell has no fury like a woman scorned.
A landmark day for abortion access in Michigan. Supporters of the petition to make access part of Michigan's Constitution turning in a record 753,000 signatures to get the measure on the ballot. That number is more than 300,000 more than needed and 125,000 more than the record set in 2012. The petition would allow mostly unrestricted access to abortion, although it would allow the governor or legislature to set limits based on fetal viability and maternal health. Supporters saying the groundswell of support, including more than 62,000 volunteers collecting signatures, should send a clear message.
Amending the Michigan Constitution is about claiming our power, our autonomy, and our human right to control our bodies. Today, we recognize that we have fought hard to arrive this far, and we are just getting started.
But opponents like Right to Life Michigan say they plan to challenge the signatures in a year where forgery and fraud have already played a major role in state politics.
There's been a lot of fraud this year in collecting signatures, and we don't know if that has played a role in these. We've heard from our base that a lot of these paid collectors have lied to people, have not been truthful, spread false information about what they're actually signing.
Now, the backers of this petition say that they are confident in their collection process. Said, in fact, they are submitting 180,000 fewer signatures than they collected overall today. Back to you.
Grant, I want to talk about the challenges a little bit more. How would those work?
Well, basically, those get submitted to the Board of Elections, and then from there, the board decides whether or not to take up those challenges. In fact, there's one already submitted to the Board of Elections. A conservative group with ties to the former president said that they think the donors backing this petition broke state law. So we'll see what happens with that going forward, but it's likely the first challenge of many.
Yeah.
Back to you.
We'll be following it. Grant, thanks.
Right now, Detroit police investigating a shooting inside a liquor store on the city's west side. Police tell us a man in his 40s was shot inside the Sema liquor store on West Warren. This isn't far from Evergreen. They believe it all stems from a family dispute. Police are looking for the suspect in this. Charges tonight for 2 teen boys after 2 children are shot in a span of 12 hours this weekend in Detroit.
A 13-year-old boy is charged with shooting and killing a 14-year-old girl downtown. Prosecutors say the gun was being passed around at the Riverfront Towers apartment off Jefferson around 4 yesterday morning. They say the 13-year-old boy pointed the gun at the 14-year-old girl and fired. He's charged with manslaughter. Police say the gun used in the shooting was stolen from East Point. It's still under investigation. A 14-year-old boy is charged with shooting a 12-year-old on the city's east side at around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Investigators say that 14-year-old was pushing the boy around in a go-kart near Fairmont and Alcoy when he grabbed a gun from under the seat and fired. The 12-year-old was hit in the calf and taken to the hospital. That teen is facing gun charges.
The leading cause of death for children in the U.S. is now guns. That's according to the CDC. This morning at the White House, surrounded by families affected by gun violence, President Biden talked about new measures aimed at stopping attacks like those and promised to continue the fight. Jay Gray is following that story for us tonight.
A moment of silence in Highland Park, Illinois, marking a week since the nation's latest mass shooting. While on the south lawn of the White House,
my family, our families, and our community are devastated.
Survivors and the families of victims of gun violence gathered to celebrate the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, signed into law by President Biden in late June.
It's proof that despite the naysayers, we can make meaningful progress on dealing with gun violence.
The new law expands background checks for those between the ages of 18 and 21, blocks convicted domestic abusers from owning a gun, creates new penalties for illegal gun purchases, and provides more funds for mental health care and school safety. But interrupting the president's speech, the father of a Parkland High School victim shouts out, "You have to do more." President Biden responding, calling the new law real progress, but just a first step.
Assault weapons need to be banned.
A goal shared by families shattered by a killer's bullet.
I mean, the reality is I'm here today for this, and Wednesday I'll be at the cemetery for what should have been my daughter's 19th birthday.
A reality that pushes them to continue to fight. Jay Gray, Local 4.
All right, Jay, we'll be following that as things progress as well. In other news, gas prices coming down a little bit. Here's what AAA is reporting. The average price in Michigan is now $4.80 a gallon. That's 40 cents cheaper than this time last month. Here in Metro Detroit, the average price is $4.87 a gallon. That's 17 cents less than this time last week.